Well, here's the beginnings of the upgrades on my Exceed Max 1/10 Max Crawler 1/10 scale 2.2. I ordered a bunch of parts. Spent about $200 online and got a whole buttload of stuff. Everywhere from Texas to California to Hong Kong. Got it coming from everywhere. Just received this fan. Got the fan put on for the ESC. Took the radio gear out. I got a 2.4 gig FM 3-channel radio coming, 2 HTX 10 kilogram Metal Gear servos, which were had some excellent reviews. Everyone says buy them, buy them, buy them. They use them in their 1/8 buggies, truggies, monster trucks. They never break. Awesome centering. They're 0.16 seconds and 160 something ounce of torque, both at 6 volts, which is great. I got the stock motor still. I'm running low C 30 weight shock oil in the shocks. The parts I ordered now were the FM transmitter and receiver 3-channel, so that I can get the rear steer as well as the front steer. It's going to be just where I can have front steering or 4-wheel steering. No kind of crab walking or nothing like that. I don't think it'll be able to do that, but this and you see how I puttied that up with some quick steel. I don't know if you're familiar with that stuff. Broke that steering arm there, the hub carrier, steering arm, whatever you want to call it, coming off a rock and flying and tumbling and wrecking. And there's what one looks like without. But I ordered the 4 of them, all 4 around the corners. They're almost $20 a pop, which is kind of the most expensive thing I ordered. But they're high steer, which is gonna raise the, when you bolt them on up there, instead of coming out the center, the steering arm itself, it comes out the top. It comes off the top. So it's gonna raise my entire steering unit, the tie rods, and everything up. You know, not too much. You know, about 1/4 inch or so, maybe a little more. So that should be cool, front and rear. I might be able to take off this bumper with that high steer unit going on. Ordered axial. The axial parts will fit. Axle parts will fit on this. They are the same. This thing has a lot of parts that you can change with the axial crawler 1/10 axial AC10, is it? I'm not sure. But I ordered a whole bunch of parts. We got aluminum Ys here for the 3-link, and those are off the axle. They got a nice little what do they call it? Hot bodies or something brand. Anodized aluminum, nice little imprint there with their label on it. Looks pretty cool. Also, got 2 lipos, 4,000 milliamp, 2-cell lipo packs with a charger coming, and the 2 servos, the radio. Let's see. Probably gonna grab some motors here pretty quick. Looking at the Integy 45 turn brushed replaceable brushes motor, and smaller pinion gears. It'll slow this thing down a whole bunch. It's already got a lot of torque. I mean, plenty to get it along, and I don't see any problems. But I'm just doing it just because they're cheap. They're about 10 or 12 bucks a piece, and the shipping's like $4. So, you know, big deal. 2 motors, nice upgrade. Also, I ordered these tires are stock, and I really don't like the radial tread design and the shape of the wheel or anything, or the tire or anything at all. They're alright tires. They're pretty flexible, just not too sticky. They do alright, but they could do way better. Good spares or whatever. Got the hard foams in them. I ordered some rock stompers, 5.6 inches tall. These here are 4.8 inches tall, so we're looking at almost a whole inch taller of a tire, which would give me about a half inch more or more axle clearance, which is going to help a lot, and that's going to be really nice to have. Got my little stereo system here. Got an MP3 player. Those are Altec Lansec 1-inch subwoofers. Got an MP3 player and a little amp unit I'm gonna throw in underneath here and hook up to these speakers eventually. Just put them in there for looks for now, but they are functional and they will work, and I'm gonna have tunes while I'm crawling, which should be pretty cool. And tinted the windows red. Got the racing stripe going on. Trimmed the body. Completely trimmed the body compared to what it was. It helps a lot, and the bigger tires won't rub when I get them, so that should be good. Makes it look a little better too. I don't like the way the body looks when it came, and it sits too high and all that. So I also lowered the truck. This truck comes sitting way up high. The suspension's set as high as it'll go, so I lowered it as much as I could, and it still gets, the maximum flex. You can really twist this thing around completely and lay the front wheel flat. A couple tips: you can use the axle cups for the front that go in. Stuff I'll just put together so I don't lose it, but it's beveled in there. That's supposed to help with the steering, but these hit on the axle itself that goes in the axle tube. When you steer, if you hold the truck in the air, steer, and hit the throttle, these run, and the front wheels will wobble back and forth really hard, and it's just hitting every time this little gap hits that axle. It goes and steers a little sharper, and then it'll hit the edge here and go back, and at high speed, it's just going like this. You don't get any steering radius out of this truck at all. It's really bad. So I'm going to grind this down, because the axle goes all the way into the very end. You got plenty of room to work with. Grind that beveled part down to the inside of that. This thing doesn't focus very well. This camera sucks. You see where it's beveled? Well, the inside edge of that beveled part there, I think if you grind it down to there, you'll be able to steer a hell of a lot sharper. Should work pretty good. Do that front and back so I can steer better. And the servo before was pushing, and I don't have endpoint adjustments on this radio. I do on my new one coming, but it would, at full steer, it would be pushing the steering arms and bending them to where it looked like they were going to break, because they're not very tough looking. But yeah. Anyways, so I got these are all aluminum anodized from Axle coming, high steer. So this part right here actually comes off the top. It's going to be up here. That'll be a pretty sweet upgrade. And I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. A couple hump packs over here to go in the front axle with the plates I ordered as well. I ordered so much crap I can't even think of what's coming, but I'm pretty excited about the tires mostly, and the servos, and the four-wheel steering, new radio. I'll get it all together here in the next probably week or so when it all gets here, and let you guys know how it works. Do some crawling. Thanks for watching.